Welcome back to the Muskogee Round Robin in our third game of the afternoon. Well, afternoon heading into the evening, I might say. Right now we're looking at the Coweta Lady Tigers versus the Fort Gibson girls varsity team. Starting off pretty well. Some aggressive play early. This will be Coweta's second game of the day. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare versus these fresh-legged Lady Tigers from Fort Gibson. Like we mentioned earlier today, kind of one of the first couple of games for all these teams out here this season. Some of their teammates and potential athletes still in basketball season with those games headed into playoffs. So it's not going to be the team that you're going to look at later on in the season as far as conditioning and level of play and as far as just players in general. But they got to start somewhere. And so they're starting here at the Muskogee Round Robin. See us. Ball going down the sideline, an opportunity over here to put one in. Coweta does a good job defensively getting the ball away and getting to the other side. Kind of see, and one of the things that I've noticed early out of Fort Gibson is they're an aggressive bunch and they play pretty physical. Mainly number 4, Hazelwood, she started off the game pretty aggressive. So kind of surprised one of the Coweta athletes. So look for a more of an aggressive style of soccer being played through the rest of this contest. Right there, looks like a little bit of a missed opportunity by number 11, Miranda Ritter, but the ball still gets crossed. There's an opportunity up, and it's blocked by the goalie. Good job by Fort Gibson's goalie. I believe that's Hinkle. Get another shot to take a look at her jersey number, but a good stop by her. Now, Coweta lost their first game. As you see that shot attempt over there, just a little too high. Take a look at that goalie cam. Back to what I was saying, Coweta lost their first game of the afternoon to Muskogee, the host team, where they beat them 3-1, and it just seemed like they kind of jumped on top of them. As you can see, a nice save over there by Coweta's goalie, number 44, Bailey Winkley. And it was just a situation where they just jumped on them at the middle part of the first half, and before you looked up, it was 3-1, and that's how the score remained for the rest of the game. See if they can start off better here in this game and put up a couple of more goals and get a win out today. That one sails out of bounds after a kick by Emma Carter. Coweta rushes over to grab it and give him a nice throw in. Short throw there. Little two-man game being played on the sideline. You can see this Fort Gibson team is very aggressive defensively in the face of every Coweta player who has an opportunity to touch the ball. See Coweta being a little more aggressive here as you get further into the half. Again, out of bounds. And we'll see another throw-in attempt by the Coweta Lady Tigers. Throwing again. Fort Gibson trying to take that ball down the sideline and make something happen. They streaked against the sideline. Ball gets a little bit ahead of her and go. They're going to kick that ball back to the goalie. Goalie's just going to clear it, allow the defense to come back as our cameraman Clayton does a good job of dodging the dodging the ball there. Clayton gives us a thumbs up. He's okay. They're really trying to play play pass with Clayton over there. Another throw in by Fort Gibson. A nice cross. It hits one of the uprights and goes out of bounds. Looks like Coweta will have a chance to kick this one away. Try to set up a little bit of offense of their own. Again, aggressive play by these Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. They're very physical, especially on the ball. Nice cross right there. Good job by the Coweta defender batting it away. Try to get it out of their own territory. Fort Gibson being the aggressors right now. Ah, that pass gets away from her, but a good job by Collins right there, the speedster. She gets the ball up and clears it. See if they can find another Tiger to come with the ball and bring it to the other side. But no, Fort Gibson steals that one away as well. But Coweta does another good job defensively of getting that away. Ah, and a nice pass over there to number 4, but almost a steal by one of the Coweta defenders. That ball rolls out of bounds. Looks like Coweta's just going to clear this. But Fort Gibson does a good job of grabbing the ball. Nice move over there by number 4, Hazelwood. Attempt almost to kick, but a good save by number 6 there, Maddie Bliss. She kicks that ball away and it goes out of bounds. Goalie will have to go down and chase that one down so we can keep the ball back in play. Looks like we're going to get a corner kick here. Doesn't like the placement. She'll move it back to the corner. The wind, as you can tell by that flag over there, blowing heavily. It's a nice kick. Not really in play, though. Let's see if they can do something with it. Coweta does a good job of trying to clear it. And a good save by the Coweta goalkeeper, Winkle. And a good block by number 16, Maddie. Oh, and a good defensive steal by one of the Coweta Tigers. Looks like Fort Gibson is doing a great job sharing the ball. Let's see if anything comes of it. It looks like this Coweta defense is, and the goalkeeper does a good job of coming up and making a play and grabbing the ball as they're entering into that danger zone. A little too close for her comfort. She decides that I'm just going to end this right here, right now. Goes ahead and grabs the ball and keeps it from going into the goal. That's a nice pass over there to Ritter. Ritter tries to shake her. Nice attempt and nice save by the goalie. That's number 0 for Fort Gibson, Lindsay Hinkle. No, excuse me, Mallory Barker. Looks like a very evenly matched game so far. Both of these teams having opportunities on the opposing team's side of the field and threatening to score. As you can see right here, number 11 running down the field, and she barely misses hitting the goalpost, and she comes up and she's a little shaken up. It's on the ground. The ref blows the whistle. You can see the replay right here is a nice attempt, and it just hits that right goal post. I'm going to stop the game to check on her real quick, and you can see she's kind of grimacing in pain. It's on that left leg area. Looks like the coaches over here on the sideline getting the reserved player ready, communicating with her and letting her know everything as far as the game plan and what she needs to be aware of. Injured player is number 11. Albany Adair. Fort Gibson back on the attack once again. Looks like that ball is going to roll out of bounds. Coweta will get the throw in. Again, cleared out by Fort Gibson. As you can hear it go off her forehead. That one sounds like it hurt. Coweta will try and clear it out. Good job by Fort Gibson's number 8. Coming up to attack the ball, Lauren Ondent. Hazelwood Gets a nice give and go, and it just sails over just a little too much on the tap right there. It was a nice give and go action, but it just sails on her as she attempts to put it in and give us the first goal of the evening. And a good job by the goalie. Winkle coming up and keeping that one from going into the goal. Again, Fort Gibson being the aggressors here and pressing the issue. Kind of been on this Coweta's side of the field for a long time. Coweta doing a good job defensively, though, not allowing them to get too far into their own territory and putting points on the board. That's kicked out by Coweta. Good job. Able to get the defense back and regroup. Looks like the head coach wants somebody else throwing that ball in. Good job by number 22. Aubrey Collins clearing that. Oh, and a nice move by Hazelwood as she tries to put it between her legs. Defenders sees the move and kicks it out of bounds before she can act on it. And a nice aggressive defensive move by number 6, Maddie Bliss, to come up and get the ball away, and she's tripped up in the process. The referee blows the whistle, and they'll get a nice place kick, and that'll be Emily Patterson kicking the ball away. But once again, Fort Gibson gains control, and they're heading the other direction with it. And the goalie, Emily Patterson, comes up again with the diving. Number 11, Miranda Ritter with possession. Makes a nice move, but the defense is able to come up big, and a big header by number 23, Grace Bingham, but she doesn't get the goal, and a nice save over there by Fort Gibson. Let's see if Coweta can go on the attack once again. Pass to number 19, Carrie Martin. She'll get that ball past midfield, but Fort Gibson gains control once again. A nice block by Audrey once again. Oh, and a nice block also by number 14 for Coweta, but the Fort Gibson retains possession, and that ball just goes outside towards the right of the goal, and the goalie goes back there, and that'll be Bailey Winkle. Be a nice place kick by Emily Patterson. Try and clear this out and see if they can get another attempt with 9 minutes left in the first half. Hazelwood takes a nice shot, and it's just a little short. Goalie doesn't even have to make an attempt. That one bounces short and hops out of bounds, or excuse me, hits the goalie and hops out of bounds, and it'll be a nice corner kick attempt for Fort Gibson. That'll be number 11, who's back onto the field after being shaken up from a little injury. The nice block over there by the goalie. She just can't she can't gather the ball in, and so, but it will be Coweta's ball on the throw-in. Whistles are blown, and it looks like it was supposed to be for Fort Gibson, so they will get the throw-in themselves. And look at the speed of Audrey Collins streaking up the field. She tries to clear it. A nice pass, a nice give and go over there by Miranda Ritter. She'll give it back, a nice two-man game going up the field. She'll stop on a dime, see if she can make something happen over here for the Lady Tigers. A nice, oh, and it just sails right over. You could see Ritter and Miranda were doing a good job over here on this sideline, going up the field by them by their lonesome. Those two with a nice two-man game. They get into the possession of the part of the field where it is dangerous, and they just can't get a clean attempt off. See if Grace Bingham and Miranda Ritter can do something again. That was pretty exciting over here on the sideline. As number 19, Carrie Martin, will throw the ball in. Throws it into a pretty congested area, and that ball will be headed right back out. She'll get another attempt to redo that throw in. And again, it's headed out of bounds, but this time by Coweta. Maddie McCroskey will throw that one in. Hazelwood will, nice pass, but offsides as she gets into that dangerous territory. Oh, and that was a nice cross, but nobody was home as number 11, Adair, tried to cross it once again. Coweta will head that one out of bounds. See if they can get their defense set up. And a nice steal over there by Audrey Collins as she gets the ball up. See the speed of Miranda, and oh no. Goalie comes up and she saves the. Adair streaking up the sideline right now. Good job over there by number 33, Emily Patterson, doing a good job defensively, getting the ball away. And just kicked out of bounds by number 19 for the Lady Tigers, Carrie Martin. It's a nice pass over there to Adair. Adair trying to wrestle the ball away from the Coweta defenders. Keep the possession for Gibson. She's got a nice setup here. She takes a shot. And it's a nice save over there by Bailey Winkle. A nice easy save. Adair kind of lobbed that one up for her, and she just calm, cool, and collective put that one in the mitts and sets it the other direction. Looks like we got a couple of substitutions. Looks like number 7, who's not on the roster, will enter the game. Looks like also Carrie Hillard will enter the game as well, the senior defender. A little miscommunication over there by the Fort Gibson girls, and that one will roll out of bounds with a little over a minute left in this half. Again, you see the physical play of Fort Gibson as a Coweta player gets knocked to the ground, but a Miranda Ritter gains control of the ball. She's streaking up the sideline. Let's see what she can do with it. And again, she gets shoved out of bounds. I'm telling you, the physical play of Fort Gibson is something that Coweta it doesn't seem accustomed to, and it's kind of rattled them a little bit offensively. You see them bodying them and being tough defensively, and that's the reason why the ball has stayed on the other side of the field, giving Fort Gibson more opportunities offensively than we have seen for Coweta. Looks like we have a player shaken up as the bell rings and the buzzard sounds. Looks like that's Hazelwood. She got knocked to the ground by number 33, Emily Patterson, as she walks off the field a little gingerly. But that's the half. And with the score 0-0, see if we have anything that changes here in the second. We'll come back after a couple of commercials.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer 1 line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection. Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to second half action. We are here at the Muskogee round robin. Right now you're looking at the Coweta Lady Tigers versus the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. Evenly matched game, first half, very strong performance by both of these teams. It seems like the dominance is on the side of Fort Gibson early in the contest, just for the sheer fact that they've been very aggressive, very physical, and it's kind of wowed the Coweta Lady Tigers in that aspect. I mean, the pace was controlled by them. You could see them on their side of the field a lot more. You see a lot more on-goal attempts by Fort Gibson, and Coweta slowly working their way into the game. And that's one of the questions I had early. With it being Coweta's second game of the day, would it affect them? And right now, it kind of seems like Fort Gibson looks a little fresher, and maybe that's one of the reasons why Fort Gibson had more attempts or shots at the goal, but it hasn't made a difference in the game. They've stood strong and stood tough defensively. Let's see if anything comes out a little different here in the second half. Also, like that first game versus the Muskogee Ruffers, seems like we have a goalie change in the second half. Looks like it's going to be number 1, Gracie Reese, the remainder of the way. You can see Fort Gibson still staying on brand. Physical, aggressive play still continues. As they turn on the lights here at the Indian Bowl. See Hazelwood controlling the possession as she passed the ball up to Adair. Adair coming down the middle of the field, takes a nice shot, and it's a goal! A nice shot by Adair as she comes to the middle of the field in full stride, takes a nice strike, and it's a beautiful, beautiful strike over there at the left corner. The right corner. Take a look at the replay at our goal cam. You could see Reese making a diving attempt, but it's not enough, and it's too high. A good job and a great goal by Adair. Man, take another look at this. She just strikes, she drives past 2 Coweta defenders, and she takes her shot when she gets the opportunity, and she makes it count. So we have a score on the board with less than 4 minutes in the second half, and she scores as Adair goes down the sideline and takes another attempt. And it's a very different turn of events from how it went last game for Coweta, where when Reese came into the game, it was just like that. She came in, the defense let up a little bit, and Muskogee came racing her way, but she had a beautiful save when she first entered the game. Also less than 3 minutes in that one in the second half, and she made a beautiful save, and that trend continued through there. But this time, Adair comes down the middle of the field, and, it's more opportunity, more indecisiveness on the side of Reese because of the fact that she's in the middle. She has to make a decision which way she's going to go, and Adair puts a beauty on the ball, hits that top right corner, and it's just too much for Reese to go up and get it. They bring this one back to the middle of the field, going the other direction once again, and again, more physical play from Fort Gibson. You can really see what's been being taught and what's being coached. Oh, and they score again off the goalie's hand. just at the right place at the right time. That's number 13 for the Lady Tigers, Gracie Crawley. Take a look at the replay right here. A nice strike by Adair once again, trying to make it 2, but it's batted away by Reese. Reese comes up and she puts it on the ground, and Crawley just dribbles it beside and underneath, and it's another goal in less than 2 minutes. Look at it once again. She just can't react. She does a good job of batting that second one away, that first attempt away, but is not there for the second. And Crawley does a good job of keeping that one low where she can't reach it. And Fort Gibson has come out of halftime on fire. As an injured player for Coweta is helped off the field, we'll get some help, and there'll be another player who enters the game. Looks like the shaken up player is number 3, Carrie Hillard, as we resume play. That one gets kicked out of bounds by Crawley, player who just scored that last goal. Looks like Emily Patterson will come over to throw it in. And we know from the previous game that she has a nice overhand throw. She gets that one all the way over to about the 40, almost 38-yard line. See if Coweta can go on the attack with number 23 kicking the ball. Oh, and she just puts too much on it. You can see the frustration on her face. She knows she had an opportunity right there, and she just wasted the ball. It's number 23, Gracie Bingham. Fort Gibson will come over and try to throw it in. Looks like we got a couple subs coming in, as number 13, the player who just scored, Gracie Crawley, will exit the game. And then also number 4, Hazelwood, will also exit, who's been pretty active in the first half. Earned a rest. See if this Fort Gibson defense can get the ball to the other side. Get another shot attempt up. Good job by the goalie, Reese, coming up and stopping that ball, and she puts that one the other direction. Not the kick that she was looking for, I don't think, but good job by the Fort Gibson offense corralling it. Emily Patterson does a good job of controlling it, and then number 19 comes up and makes a play on it and puts it the other direction. Looks like Bingham with a nice pass once again. She serves it up to Ritter. Ritter going the other direction, puts it between the legs, and it comes up. Oh, and a nice save over there by the goalkeeper, Mallory Barker. It was a nice move by Ritter there, putting the ball between the legs of an opposing Fort Gibson player. And looks like number 12 gets the ball. She's streaking down the field. Adair comes up again, and it's a nice save this time by Reese. She takes no chances. She's seen Adair strike from 20 yards out before. She says, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to stop this one. Ball controlled by Coweta. Ritter takes possession of it right now. And that one goes out of bounds, and Fort Gibson will have an opportunity to throw this one in. Looks like Ritter coming up the sideline. She crosses it, and nobody's there to complete the play. And maybe she just put a little bit too much mustard on that one because she had a couple of teammates coming down the sideline. It looks like 12 and 8 are there. She just puts too much on it, and none of them can reach it before getting a shot attempt. And that is a missed opportunity for the Lady Tigers of Coweta. Fort Gibson doing their best to keep the ball away from Coweta here defensively. Looks like 3, count them, 1, 2, 3. Fort Gibson reserves will come in. Coweta will throw the ball in. A little indecisive there on the sideline. She finally makes a decision, gets the ball in, controlled by Fort Gibson. Coweta kicks it all the way over to the Fort Gibson goalie. She does a good job of controlling it and slinging it down the sideline. Coweta showing a little bit of physical play of their own. Kicks it out of bounds. Fort Gibson comes up with it once again. See if she can find a teammate, and she just misses and kicks it out of bounds. And you can see she's a little disappointed right there. Coaching staff showing her that she had an opportunity to pass that ball up. She turns around and looks back and a little upset with herself because I think she knows. A nice pass, a nice give back, and that's number 8. Lauren coming down. And a nice save by Reese. Lauren Adontant with a nice give and go, but can't capitalize on it. Lauren has the ball once again. She passes it up. They pass it back, and the pass is too far wide outside. Coweta will have another opportunity at a throw-in. And a nice throw by number 33, Emily Patterson. Fort Gibson trying to do their best to progress the ball down the field. Adair's there to control it on the sideline. A nice spin move, and just a little too much air on that one, and that one rolls out of bounds, and Coweta once again will have another opportunity to throw the ball in. And it's interesting because you can see the urgency from this Fort Gibson team, but even though down 2-0, you haven't seen a very desperate change of pace from this Coweta Lady Tigers. They're still going about business as usual. It's interesting to see when they'll try and turn it on and trying to kick it up into high gear and put some points on the board. Oh, right there. And Lauren Adont is there to capitalize on the pass, and now it is a 3-0 game. A good job by number 12 for Fort Gibson as she's able to push the ball forward. That's Downey, and Downey misses, and a good job by Reese to block it, but once again, off the tip, Lauren Dante is there, and she kicks it through, and that is 3-0 for these Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. And you can see the frustration on Reese's face down there. She has let up 3 goals in this second half. Fort Gibson doing a good job of getting the ball down there, taking opportunities to put the ball in the net. Reese doing a good job of blocking the first attempts, but there's nobody back on defense to help her out, and the second attempt continues to go in. Again, Lauren has the ball, pulls it back out to set up the offense. She's got an opening. She's got an opportunity. She crosses it, gets the ball in the middle. Good job by the Coweta defenders to get the ball away from that dangerous area. Good effort by number 12, Madeline Hickman. Again, Lauren with the ball in the possession. She crosses it to the middle of the field. Oh, and just a missed opportunity right there. You could see Emily Patterson misses when she's trying to steal the ball away from number 14, Macy Graza, and she just misses it a little bit to the outside. Man, and as much as you would think, the way that Fort Gibson was controlling the pace of the first half, for them to come out and continue to push the pace in the second, it's pretty impressive. Like they went into another gear, and once that first point fell, they continued to pile on, and now you see a 3-0 deficit for Coweta, and it all just happened all at once. A nice, brilliant ball movement and footwork by number 10, Haley Salwell. You can see a little bit of that wear and tear of 2 games being expressed on this field right now for Coweta. They don't look as energized as some of these Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. It was inevitable, especially with 10 minutes, a little more than 10 minutes left in this contest. You can see the fatigue kind of setting in. You got to remember, these are some of the first couple of games that both of these teams are playing. So the fact of the matter is their conditioning level is not where it's going to be in the middle of the season. So you're going to see a couple of heavy legs and people holding their waist and and bending down, trying to catch some wind. A nice defensive play by Aubrey Collins to knock that one out of bounds. Looks like some more substitutions for the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. As number 12, Downey will exit the game. Looks like number 11, Adair, will also head to the bench. A nice pass by Lauren over there. Number 14 stops on a dime. Grazi comes up with it. Excuse me, Lauren comes up with it. Passes the ball to Lauren once again. She tries to put that ball in the middle of the field and play, and it's stolen away by one of the Coweta players, and they try and clear it. Number 11, Miranda Ritter, kind of get up that sideline, and she kicks that ball out of bounds. Looked like she had an opportunity to lob it up just a little bit to Carly, see if she could have raced up the sideline with it and made something happen, but it would just sailed over her head and onto the track. Nice footwork by Ritter, trying to show off the speed. She's getting up the sideline. She's by herself for a second there, and Fort Gibson defender comes in her way and knocks the ball out of bounds. Again, a little under 7 minutes left in this game. Kind of seems like it's in the books for this Fort Gibson team, who came out at halftime and, although was playing well, didn't have anything on the board to show for it, stepped it up another notch and was able to find themselves with second chance opportunities, and making them count is really the difference in this game. Other than the shot by Adair, which was a nice, beautiful strike from, I believe, 25 feet away in that right top corner of the goal, where it was too high for Reese to come up and come down with it. It's been second chance opportunities that have really sealed the deal. As you can see right now, Ritter streaking up the sideline, coming across the field, and nice defensive play by one of the Fort Gibson girls. Looks like it's number 6, Natalie Lee, who comes up with the big defensive play. But it looks like it's going to be a corner kick opportunity for Coweta. Let's see if they can capitalize on this. Nice set play, ball's in the air. Up in the air goes number 23, Bingham, and nothing to show for it. The ball is cleared. Shot taken, but out of bounds. It will roll as we tick down to a little more than 5 minutes left in this game. And the goalie tries to kick it over to one of the other defenders, and that one sails out of bounds, and it gives Coweta a good opportunity to put the ball in play, but the ball goes in the other direction, and Fort Gibson does a good job of putting it all to the other side and taking it away. Ball's controlled by Fort Gibson again. Looks like it's going to be cleared, but Coweta takes possession of it. Aubrey Collins with the ball. Stolen by another Fort Gibson defender. Little more than 30 minutes left in the contest. Reese comes up and possesses the ball. Again, you're looking at the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers versus the Lady Tigers of Coweta with a little more than 2 minutes left in this game, the third of our Muskogee round robin tournament. So we're halfway through the tournament right now, and we're looking at 3 more games this evening that will be played. Should be some good ones as the temperature comes down and the lights come on. Mallory Barker sends that one to midfield. Fort Gibson has control now. Coweta does as Collins gets the ball. Looks like Ritter has possession, and she tries to streak up the sideline, make a move, and good job by the defense, but Bingham has it, and and it hits the top of the goal and doesn't go in as Bingham takes the shot from almost 40 feet out. And that might have been the last opportunity for Coweta to get on the board. Bingham, with just a sign of desperation, takes a shot from about, I want to say, 35 feet out. And it literally hits the top of the crossbar. It couldn't have been any better of a miss. There you see the speed of Aubrey Collins as she tears away from a couple of defenders and a couple of more and makes a nice pass, but it's stolen by Fort Gibson. And it looks like they're just going to try and clear this one if they can. Garza grabs it right there at midfield. And with 15 seconds left, this one is almost and pretty much in the books. A strong performance by Fort Gibson, where in the first half they kind of pressed the issue. They made things happen, but nothing was shown for it on the scoreboard. But in the second half, they just hiked it up another level, and just a number of things went well for them. At first, especially starting off the scoring was Adair, number 11, when she striked up the field with a fury, passing 2 defenders, scoring that first goal in the right top corner, and then 2 second chance opportunities for these Lady Tigers of Fort Gibson with the putback, and that's how this score became 3-0, and that's the final. Coweta goes home in the tournament with 2 losses, 1 to Muskogee and 1 now to the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. A strong performance by them. We'll have another game for you after the commercial break, and we'll be back.
Called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.